Nation, which is right in North Vancouver, right across where Kinder Morgan wants to end their expansion. And I'm from the Tsleil-Waututh tribes, which is right out of Seattle, Washington. So I'm from the West Coast, baby. You know, it's beautiful out here. And I'd like to welcome all of you guys out here to the land of the Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam and Squamish lands. And, you know, I'd like to welcome you guys here. And, you know, thank you for coming out. And, I hope that all of you guys remember what's said here today, you know, so you can bring it back to the ones that you love and the people that you love and the people who you share your life with, because this expansion is going to affect everybody. Please vote no to the expansion, right? The Kinder Morgan expansion. And let me start with my speech. I'll go up right now. Like I said, my name is Stuart George Parker. I'm from around this area. You know, I grew up here. I'm just a everyday person. You could say. I love my family. I love my dog. She's my best friend. My little French English bulldog. I love that dog. You know, and I love my little brother the most. And you know, I tell him, you know, why I'm doing this is for the people and the things that I love. Why I'm standing up against Kinder Morgan and saying no and saying yes to life, saying yes to having a clean, healthy future. You know, I do all this for my brothers, my sisters. I do this for the people that I love, you know. And I'm so grateful that my dad's here, you know. I do this with him too, you know. I do this with us. We stand together, you know. There's so much people here, you know, in Vancouver, ready to say no, ready to stand up. You know, let's do it together, you know. I see many different people here. I see people with different color skin, different hair, different religions, and that's just so beautiful, you know. That's one thing that Kinder Morgan is doing, that is that he's bringing all these people that look different together, you know, to stand up with each other. And that's just beautiful, you know. I see beautiful people in here, except one or two, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's so beautiful to see all these people out here, you know. It's beautiful to see people with the same morals as me, standing up for the things that they love, for the people that they love. You know, I love you guys for that, and I thank you guys for that, you know. Please, 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 let's stand together, you know. Hit me up. We have connections. We have Facebook, cell phones. We have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you know. Let's use that, you know. Connect with me. Let me talk with you. Let's do this one person at a time. Like Cesar Chavez said, you know, let's do this together. We can stand up together with each other to fight this black snake that's affecting us, that is going to challenge the things that we love, that's going to challenge our way of lifestyle. You know, it's called beautiful British Columbia for a reason. And I intend to keep it that way with you guys. So yeah, that's what I really want to do, you know. You know, what a beautiful day to have this rain, you know, all these people coming out despite this rain. And I'd really like to thank all of you guys for coming out here, and I'd really love to talk to you guys, hear you guys' stories, you know. That's what we got to do, you know, stay connected. That's the biggest thing I want us to do, is stay connected, stay strong, not let this thing happen to us. Not let this pipeline come through and affect our lifestyles. I'm not gonna let it affect my kids who are not even born yet, you know. I'm not going to let that do it. We are not going to let that do it together, you know. And like I said, please vote no, you know. Christy Clark, I hope you're hearing this. I'm young. I'm high-sprung. Same with the people behind me and these high school students. We're the next generation, and we're going to stand up to you, man. We're going to say no. No means no. Yeah, no Christy Clark, you know. I hope she's listening. I hope you're watching this right now. You have a young youth right here saying no. You have people behind me saying no. These high school students, and that's so beautiful. You know, these students, us youth, really need your help. Because the reality is, the older you are, the less terrified you should be of their future. But the younger you are, the more terrified you should be of your future. I'm terrified and I'm hurt, but that's going to drive me to do, that's going to drive us to stop this pipeline. That anger, that's going to fuel us, you know? And I say thank you, Christy Clark, for bringing all these beautiful people together to stop you and stop this pipeline and say yes to a bright future, to say yes to love and compassion or whatnot, to say no more pipelines, you know? I want my brothers and sisters to grow up in a world where they're not terrified of their future, and I'm going to fight for that. We are going to fight for that together. Thank you very much. I'm Stuart George Parker. Hey, shout out to Commercial Drive. Thanks for making me me.
Thank you to Cedar Parker for that amazingly inspiring speech. So now we're going to introduce Grand Chief Stuart Phillips and his wife, Joan.
Why Castle House, EP Staxiel, East West Ancient. I just said greetings from the Okanagan, and my name, traditional name is Ancient. My English name, of course, is Joan Phillips. I just want to thank the students of Windermere for this honor to speak at the Earth Day gathering. They've been organizing this for a number of years, and in spite of the rain, it's such a beautiful day. I just want to say that we have an opportunity here, both all of us together, and save this earth that's being killed by big corporations and big oil and whatnot. We need renewable energy. We need water that's pristine. We need an earth that's pristine. I recall as I grew up here at Tsleil-Waututh, we used to eat everything. The moment the tide went out, the table was set. We had oysters and crabs and clams. And my children and grandchildren can't eat that anymore. It's too polluted. So I just urge you, we have the technology to move forward in a clean way. We have the technology to clean up the mess that's already been made. And I really thank the young people here, particularly from Windermere, for organizing this to draw attention to that. We have an opportunity here to make changes for the positive. Together, Stuart and I have 15 grandchildren, and I want them to grow up not having to eat out of a can and a box. So, why, Lim Lim, thank you. And I honor you for all being here, Lim Lim.
Oh. Why, peace Naxil, esquis asiut. I want to begin by acknowledging the Tsleil-Waututh people, the Squamish, the Musqueam. I want to, with the deepest sense of respect and gratitude, acknowledge the efforts, the integrity, and the hard work of the Windermere students, who are absolutely outstanding in their efforts to draw public attention to the issue of global warming and climate change. Windermere is an incredibly progressive school that has brought together students from all corners of the earth and allowed them the space and opportunity to engage in these kinds of discussions that in reality are about their future being jeopardized as we speak with respect to the predations, the greed of the corporations involved in the fossil fuel industry. Joan and I have had the distinct honor of going to Windermere on a number of occasions and speaking to the students. They've always been incredibly respectful in their welcome, and we so enjoy going to their school. I too would like to express our deepest gratitude on behalf of our 15 grandchildren for everybody coming out today. I think that was probably one of the wettest marches I can remember. and I've been in a lot of marches over the years, but it was just absolutely wonderful to feel the good energy, to feel the good vibe, to feel the sense of hope for a better future, for a better British Columbia. I agree that we have a responsibility in front of us in the next couple of weeks to dump this government that is dump this government. We need to get out and vote. We need to participate in the election. We need to encourage our relatives, our friends and neighbors to get out and vote and dump this government. We know that BC Liberals are in the pocket of big oil, big industry. We know that they get hundreds of millions of dollars in donations from their corporate cronies, and we know what that represents. We know that that represents a threat to the pristine environment of British Columbia. We know that we've been blessed with one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and that is in jeopardy as a result of the support for the Kinder Morgan Trans Mountain Pipeline twinning project. I want to express gratitude to all of you who were involved in the Enbridge Northern Gateway fight. We won that battle. For 10 years we heard that that was a done deal, that it was just something that was going to happen. Now we're hearing the same with Kinder Morgan. We know differently. We know that united, the people in British Columbia can come together in the same way that we came together when we booted Harper out of office in the last federal election. We need to repeat that in the next couple of weeks, and we need to continue coming together and raising our voices in order to protect the sanctity, the sacredness of Mother Earth. We need to be mindful of the future of our children and grandchildren and their grandchildren. And we have a duty, a responsibility, an obligation, because we all know that we are here but for a heartbeat over the grand space of time, and we carry that sacred duty to pass on what was gifted to us by our Creator, by Quilichutin, and to pass it on to our children and grandchildren in a pristine state. And in order to do that, we have to continue to walk together, to walk into the future, to march together, to support each other, to hold each other up, and to fight these dark forces that seek to exploit Mother Earth for greed and profit and devastate the environment and the future of our grandchildren. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out. I notice the rain is starting to lighten up. So with that, it's just such an honor to be here this year. We'll be here next year. We'll be here the year after. And may the Creator bless you and continue to clear your path in this glorious fight we're involved in to protect and save Mother Earth. Why? Lim lim.
Can we just give a huge round of applause again for Grand Chief? It's a very great honor to have him here with us today. So my name is Angus.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Crystal.
First of all, we'd like to give everyone a huge welcome again, and thank you all so much for joining us at the parade. It's really amazing to see so many people who are keen on making a difference in this world to come out on Earth Day, despite this tiny little drizzle, and to show your support and to show everyone in Vancouver how much this planet really means to all of us. So please give a huge round of applause for yourselves for showing all your enthusiasm and your energy today. So Crystal, Jessica, and I, and along with all the other organizers wearing these green shirts, are from Youth for Climate Justice Now, which is a student-led organization from Windermere Secondary School, and we are here on behalf of the leadership program. And what we want all of you to know today is that people of all ages are responsible for keeping this planet in a livable condition and for making it socially just for all. We also want everyone to know that it's not just adults who can do that. Youth are completely capable of initiating this change as well. In fact, we are youth. Many adults out there might still call us kids, but we are completely capable, and we've been able to show today that young people do really care about climate change immensely, and we have a say in this planet.
So as Angus mentioned before, we're part of an organization called Youth for Climate Justice Now, which started approximately 7 years ago with a vision of promoting climate justice to the community and to voice out our concerns as youth and as students from Windermere Secondary, not only to tell others what it means to us, but to educate others and to inspire others to do the same. And today we're continuing this legacy of this Earth Day parade and celebration because it's something that matters to us, and we want to voice our opinion to you all, and we want you all to understand that the people out there are voicing their concerns, and we need people to listen to us because the future is ours, and it's up to us what we want to do with it today.
And just to add on, so thank you so much to everyone who's still here in this pouring rain. It's a little bit wet, but I'm really, really grateful, and we're all very grateful that everyone is able to join us. So today, for our Earth Day Festival now, you can enjoy the NGO booths that are lined up in an L shape on the grass field, where you can learn about different issues and different topics from different organizations such as Wilderness Committee and Return It, as well as booths from students from Windermere Secondary School. So if you have any questions, please feel free to come up to talk to any of us in these green shirts, and we hope you have a wonderful time. Thank you. So now we'd like to welcome Takaya Blaney to the stage. Please give her a warm welcome.
Sorry about that. Instead, we will be welcoming to the stage Rubin George.
Hey, CM. You know, not long ago I met with some of Trudeau's cabinet. I walked right out of that meeting with them, walked right into a press conference, and they said they're liars. He's a liar. And so is Christy Clark. They're both liars. You know, they say they have the best interests of Canada and the citizens in mind. They don't. If you look at the statistics, the pipeline, the Kinder Morgan pipeline, is going to make $50 million a day. $50 million a day. The operation costs are 40%. The payouts that they give to taxation, lands, and then settlements with First Nations and landowners is 10%. So they're making 50% of $50 million a day. Times that by 365, then times that by the 20 pipelines that they want to make. Well, it's 13 already exist. They approved 8 more. That's $500 billion annually. And they say it's for our economy. We're giving $3 billion in subsidies to these companies. It is shameful. It's ridiculous that they think that the Canadian people will let that slide by. What we have to do is wake up people and bring them out to the true facts. Burnaby, the residents of Burnaby, 71% supported Tsleil-Waututh Nation and suing Canada for not consulting because they knew the true facts of the destruction that this causes. And it's wrong. We did studies. We have a 1,200-page assessment of Kinder Morgan that explains why it's wrong. And I handed that to Trudeau's government. We did an 80-page study on the likeliness of a spill, and that's 92%. It's not if, but when a spill will happen. We did another study with economists, world-renowned economists, saying that it's not good for our economy. They lied. And they say it's for jobs. They're going to pay 1,500 jobs. It's going to create, even if it's 15,000, how much they're going to make is going to be paid off in 3 weeks. And the rest is going to go in the pockets of those company owners. And they don't care that they're killing people. Alberta tar sands, the residents around there, have the highest concentration rate of cancer. They do. I went there and I seen a lady and she said, could you help us? My children are in the hospital, both of them under 5 years old, being treated for cancer. They're killing people. These companies are killing people. They're killing the land. I seen a study before the fire happened at Fort McMurray. 3 years before that happened. You know, it takes 2 tons of earth to get 1 barrel of oil. It takes 3.5 barrels of water to get 1 barrel of oil. They're emptying that aquifer. That aquifer supplies 20% of Canada's drinking water. And it's emptying. And they want to triple that. But it dried out the whole land. And then the whole city burnt down. They don't care what's happening. They don't care about the destruction it causes. What they care about is money. I went down and spoke with Richard Kinder of Kinder Morgan. I spoke to all his shareholders. I said the Canadian Constitution protects our Indigenous rights. We're winning 90% of our court battles against resource extraction. I said that's 170 legal victories in a couple of years. I said we're going to beat you. I told the shareholders, I said, invest in said you guys are investing your own money. I said, I spoke here a year ago and your dividends were cut by 75%. 75%. Your stock fell by 60% 3 months after the day that I spoke here last year. Now invest your money in something that makes sense, that is actually going to make money. Elon Musk's company, Tesla, outsold the fossil fuel industry in the first quarter last year. So I said, things are changing. Put money in something that makes sense. And then Richard Kinder says, we try to talk to you, Rubin. We try to talk to Tsleil-Waututh Nation. I said, it's not our duty and responsibility to talk to you. You're only a company. I said, who needs to talk to us is Canada, and they didn't. We're suing them. I said, that's how we're going to stop you. And he threw his hands in there and he goes, go talk to Canada. Leave, go. And then I smiled and I said, see, I got you. This is the guy you want to invest in. He knows we're right. Look at his reaction. I said, you shareholders, make sound decisions about what you're spending your money on. But they don't know how. All they see is money. All they see is greed. You know, when we started this, the foundation of our assessment was based on Tsleil-Waututh culture and spirituality, which is our laws that we govern by. And that turned into a 1,200-page document of our beliefs. And that's what we believe in. And we have a reciprocal loving relationship to the lands and to the waters. That's what we do. That's what we believe. And when I talked to Richard Kinder and I shook his hand, there's no spirit there. He didn't even, let alone believe in the spirit of the land or the water or people or his own future generations. He didn't even believe in what I believe is the spirit that he holds within him himself. And that's what we're up against. What he believes is greed, money, and power. And they'll kill people to do what they want. But not on my watch, not on my son's watch, not on my mom's watch, not on my nation's watch, and not on yours. And that's why we got to get Christy Clark out of there, because she's a liar. We have studies that prove in facts that it's not good for our economy. We have to get Christy Clark out. We have to make Trudeau accountable. He lied. When I met with him, I said, you know, congratulations on what you did in Paris. Signing the Paris Accord. Do something about global warming. I said, that was great. Congratulations. They're smiling really big. And I said, you know what, though? You proved one pipeline. All your commitments, what you did, mean nothing. And that's true. We have to make him accountable to the promises that he made. Because right now he's lying. And we don't need Christy Clark because she's lying. But we will win. I know that. Enbridge won. Look at them. Give them a hand. Enbridge won. That was a huge battle, and I know we're going to win Kinder Morgan. So I thank you very much for all the support and all what you're doing. And we will win too. I see it already. Hajkasiya.
How about we give another big round of applause to Rubin? Thank you so much. So now we're going to welcome Takaya Blaney to the stage. Please also give her a warm welcome.
May 14th, Kate's Park, the Tsleil-Waututh Nation's doing the ceremony on the water. May 14th,
okay.
Kate's Park.
Put that in my my very traditional way of pairing things.
Thank you. I forgot.
May 14th. Oh wait, May 14th.
Kate's Park.
Kate's Park.
We're doing a ceremony on the water and invite everybody. We have a nation from Fiji coming up whose land is underwater.
Fiji and underwater. That's cool. I'll get that.
And then we're inviting all nations to come.
Hello. Hi. My name is Takaya Blaney. I'm from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. It's protocol for me to give a traditional introduction honoring the ancestors of this land as well as mine. So I would like to acknowledge the Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Squamish people and territory that we are currently occupied on. And I would also like to thank thank the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh people for their perseverance and strength and empowerment and how they are visible in this movement. That's something that's really inspiring to see as a Coast Salish person. My ancestral name is Jagajimuh. Jagajimuh was a Hegus leader, a historical figure that's embedded within the oral lineage of my history. And he was a defender of the Tla'amin people. He kept dedicated to the promise of the 7th generation and the preservation of our lands, waterways, and future. My Kukpa is the oldest living carrier of this name, and I am the youngest. With this name, I carry an obligation, and being instilled with Indigenous values that place an emphasis on having foresight and committing ourselves to preserving the land which we view as sacred. I think that I am obligated to perpetuate this Jagajimuh legacy of advocacy and upholding these Indigenous values and fighting for Indigenous rights and the rights of Tanstan Mother Earth. Indigenous people internationally have experienced displacement, genocide, silencing, are exploited by industries and experience severe cultural loss problems. Infant mortality rates for Indigenous people are higher. Suicide and substance abuse rates are higher. All of these dysfunctions that can be observed in reservations can be traced back to things like residential school and different colonial institutions of silencing. And these aren't just statistics for me. This is a lived experience, witnessing the amount of social ills that plague the Tla'amin Nation, noticing the amount of native homelessness in cities like these, and also having a father and other close family members who are residential school survivors, and dealing with and internalizing that reality as someone who is a child of that. And this can be connected to how we are increasingly more disenfranchised from our land-based traditions, forcibly by the government over this history of colonization. And language is a huge issue that is disappearing. Currently, around 34 people speak Ayayutham, which is the kind of Comox, Slam, and Klahus language. And so this is a massive problem, and it's not just clinging to the past, it's reaffirming our roots and values and securing our future as a community. A friend of mine, Giselle Martin, she says that every time that she learns a word in Luchanal, it's like regaining a piece of her soul. And that it's very much the experience for a lot of Indigenous youth. We feel like that it's necessary to surrender Indigenous identity to become successful or to escape poverty. And I may be speaking about Indigenous issues on Earth Day, but what I'm trying to speak on is how environmental issues and the degradation of land is so closely connected to really extreme problems that you see in Indigenous communities and many other communities around the world. I think that the perception that the environmentalist movement and climate change and other environmental issues are something that don't affect human beings, which isn't true. We need to rebuild this relationship that we have with the land and repair this mentality of separation that we have from the places that we occupy and the places that we destroy. Communities that are most profoundly and irreparably damaged by climate change are Indigenous communities, are minority communities, are impoverished communities who do not have the resources to combat these things and often live next to these sites of extraction. So it's not just it's not just a issue that doesn't have human consequences, and that's what I've been doing for the past few years as a speaker, or maybe not a speaker. I don't know what qualifies you as a speaker, but I've tried to bring that message, and I try to distill it into something that feels that makes me hopeful, I guess. And for me, that's music. And I think that it's important that as individuals who are dedicating our life and resources and effort and time into trying to combat the larger issues that we see in the planet, trying to combat the amount of reports that circulate every few months from scientists who say it's too late. I think that it's healthy to do so in a way that makes you feel hopeful. I think it's healthy to approach this situation not burdened and overwhelmed by the problems that we are confronted with, but this opportunity that we have on this precipice of change, that rapid, radical changes need to happen in our system for the continued survival of not just Indigenous communities, but for the environment and for humans. So we have the opportunity to come forward with our ideas and what makes us truly inspired by the opportunity. So yeah, as I say, music gives me hope. And as I mentioned at the beginning, with traditional protocol to acknowledge the ancestors, to acknowledge my ancestors as well. I would like to do that again this time, honoring and thanking my ancestors for surviving, for speaking the language, and the fact that I am descended from a lineage of resistance and resilience and survival, that I am the grandchild of Indians that they couldn't kill. I am the daughter of an Indian that they couldn't indoctrinate, whose spirit that they could not break. You know, we as Indigenous women are sisters of sisters that go missing, and we are surrounded by this, by everything that was intended to break our spirit, yet we are still here. So when I see announcements of pipelines that have gone through, such as DAPL recently, a lot of that was heart-crushing, but I just remembered the fact that we are still here, you know, and it's not just about trying to find a solution, but it's about doing so with our carvings and with our eagle feathers in hand, proud of the people that we are and where we come from, and bringing us all together in this larger story of success, because will be success. So that said, I want to perform a song for you called Earth Revolution. The lyrics are admittedly a bit corny, but I wrote it when I was 10, so keep that in mind. And I wrote it when I was going to this conference in Indonesia, the UN conference, and it was the UN Children and Youth Conference on Environment, and I think that it was the first environmental conference that I had gone to where the participants were just open hearted and excited about embracing change. You had kids that were under 16, including myself, that were leading workshops on how to, you know, have organizations and plant trees and all of these things, and that was beautiful. And yeah, the song is inspired by that, the spirit of the youth and the spirit of the future. Distance, so got a million miles to go, making a difference. The only trophy I wanna hold, the state of the nations, it's poison from pollution, greed, and war. We know we have solutions. Actions speak louder than words. Whoa. Stop waiting till tomorrow. Oh, stop living yesterday. Cause there won't be tomorrow. If we don't change today, which generation now? Children of the future, Earth revolution. Creation's crying out and I feel her pain. I can't walk away, so I'll do my part to fix what's revolution. Let's go the distance. We are a million voices strong, facing resistance. But there's a choice between right and wrong. Whoa, stop waiting till tomorrow. Stop living yesterday. Oh, 'cause there won't be tomorrow. If we don't change today, we're generation now, children of the future, Earth revolution. Creation's crying out and I feel her pain. I can't walk away, so I'll do my part to fix what's broken. Give back what we're taking, hope for the dawn of a new day. Calling out to each and every person, join me in your revolution. I've walked this great land, it used to be beautiful, it used to be home. And I've seen the river run dry, now communities have no hope. And where are the tall ancient trees? They've replaced them with their concrete trees. We gotta turn this around. We can fix it right now. We're generation now, children of the future, Earth revolution. Creation's crying out and I feel her pain. I can't walk away, so I'll do my part to fix what's broken. Give back what we've taken, hope for the dawn of a new day. Calling out to each and every person, join me in the Earth revolution. I'm calling out to every generation, join me in Earth revolution. I'm calling out to each and every nation, join me in Earth revolution. Finish this. I'm gonna be singing a song that was shared with me by Nicole of the Tsleil-Waututh Nation, and she's a very dear sister of mine, and it's about what I said about just like message of hope, and yeah, here it is. Well, hey ya, hey yo, oh, well, hey ya, hey yo, well, hey ya, hey yo, oh, well, hey ya, hey yo, well, hey ya, oh 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 ya, hey yo, well, hey ya, hey ya, ya, oh ya, hey yo. Way ya, hey ya, oh ya, hey yo. Way ya, hey ya, oh ya, hey yo. Way ya, hey ya, oh ya, hey yo. We shall thrive together. We come alive together. We have survived together. We unify together. Way ya, oh ya, hey yo. 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 Way ya, hey 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 ya, oh ya, hey yo. We shall thrive together. We come alive together. We have survived together. We unify together. Way ya, oh ya, hey yo. 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 Way ya, hey 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 ya, oh ya, hey yo. Way hey 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 ya, hey yo. Also, I have an announcement to make. I wrote it down in this thing that my cookbook calls a smoke signals box. So, on May the 14th, at Kate's Park, there will be a ceremony on the water. All nations are invited. I was passed on this message by Rubin George. A nation from Fiji will be there, and May 14th again. And this Fiji nation is facing major displacement since their whole nation will be underwater due to climate change soon. So that is the announcement that I have for you. In conclusion, I just wanted to pass on some words that my kukba grandfather and my chicha grandmother inspired me with when I first saw just growing up on the creation stories and stories of their childhood and how when the tide was out, the table was set, and this lifestyle that I felt so embedded within me, that I felt so nostalgic towards, yet I had never experienced, and yet I couldn't because of the amount of pollution on our territory. How our people had gone from subsisting on the land and a strong bond of family and community, of clan and nation, to what I see today, with the amount of drugs and alcohol and the amount of abuse that we've internalized. And seeing that and feeling helpless and wanting to say something, wanting the situation to change, my kukba and my chichi said that you have a voice. Be heard. As Indigenous people, Squamish people, we believe that humans are the caretakers, that we have a purpose in this land, in this life, and that is to speak for those who have no voice, or ensure those whose voice isn't being heard can, have their message shouted off rooftops. And that is our responsibility, that is our sacred obligation. And if you have a gift, if you have a passion, then it's your own obligation to yourself to pursue that. Success is achievable. Our continued survival is evidence of that. So I hope that some of that resonates with you. Thank you for having me on the stage. Which Kasiyam.
All right, I'll be singing Rihanna. No. What's up, everybody? Is it raining on a Saturday? But do we care? Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Chris Tate. I'll be the MC for the remainder of the evening. Super excited to be here, rain or shine. Up next, we have the East Van Marimba All-Stars.